AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. It's one of those. Oh, he jumped over the screen.
Big Flea. Never the little one.
AllBall suckers.
What up, y'all? OG.
It's one of those, man. We gonna need some of it, man. We gonna need some of that.
KNICKS Rehab.
Yeah, KNICKS Rehab, man. I got a hola, mom.
Peace, mom.
Who's this? Let's say hi to AV Leo. Oh, sucker. Turbo, what's going on, man? Damn, man, y'all niggas totally blew this one. Cat played a great game, but took them bad threes. Yeah, we'll get into it, Sugarman. It wasn't as bad as that outing y'all did with Stephen A. Smith. Tell your mans, step it up, bro. Don't be counting to the superstars in the room, man. You're supposed to be superstars too, man. Step it up.
Oh, she's in the building, y'all. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant Miss Tori B is in the building. Y'all know the drill, man.
La
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
it looks
everybody.
it looks a little different. She's a member now. Looks a little different.
Please, everybody, man, hit that like button, share, like, subscribe. Please become a member. But say what's up to the beautiful ladies. Good evening, Miss Tori B.
Tell her. Tori B, tell him. She been that. What you talking about?
Oh,
Molly Mall, Sugarman, what up, baby? Turbo.
She was showing everybody how to get on there. Like she said, you got to go use the PC. That's how she jumped on and became a member. Knicks made moves.
Fish, what up, Fish?
Man, yeah, everyone looking like superstars out there, man. Y'all look somber. I'm about to be somber. Matt Carter was going on. PL. Monkey Wrench. I didn't even catch the game. Just the play-by-play. Yeah, man. Sometimes it be like that. People put the radio on. Yeah, it's him as a dinosaur. Can we?
Ho. She's here, y'all. The beautiful, the lovely, another extravagant lady. Miss Darlene Bryant is in the building. Good evening, and y'all know the drill. Please, y'all, everybody, be respectful. Speak to the beautiful ladies in the building, please. Because that's the only highlight tonight. The beautiful ladies in the building. Is Mitchell Robinson healthy? Y'all all said Cat was injured. Remember that? Yeah.
He might as well be.
Yeah, now he might as well be. Let's go, man.
What's the difference, man?
97,
90.
Yeah. I'm the only one that admits when he's wrong. Sorry, Fabian. I apologize. Okay.
97, 94. Knicks go down to the Golden State Warriors. Draymond punked us again. Punk Cat. Call him soft on national TV. Told him to go sit down. Cat scored 29 and 12. He had a good game. Otherwise, 23 points from OG, 9 rebounds. Did what you guys wanted him to do. Josh Hart, big 7 rebounds, big 7 assists, big garbage 0 points. 0 for 7, missed like every layup. 19 points for Bridges. Showed a couple crossovers. He made some efforts, but Bridges, we don't think you got away with that because you can hit the game winner, bro. We on your heels. Deuce McBride, big 19 points. We'll get to his performance later on. 28 for Steph Curry. It felt like he had more. 18 for Moses Moody. Draymond with 9 and 4. But his game was all about getting into Cat's head in the first half. 11. We'll get to that in a second. 11 points for Jimmy Butler. He's been slowing down lately in terms of production, but like Breen said during the broadcast, Mike Breen, that is, they asked Draymond what Jimmy brought to the Golden State Warriors, and it sounds like confidence. Kuminga added 10 points. Nobody finished in double digits with in Golden State in rebounding, and Knicks out rebounded them 55-50. Assists 25-20. Golden State out assisted us, and the turnover battle, fellas, 13-9. So that was another number right there. Just the turnovers and unforced turnovers, and even the turnovers that don't even count. Oh, Ball, what's your reaction to this game, man? How you feeling?
Tough loss. Once again, tough loss against a good team. You know, I despise Draymond Green. I just got to get that out. Like, I really dislike him. Never met him. Don't know him personally. Would never like to meet him. So that's what hurts even more. But just, you know, tonight's game was very winnable. A lot of minor mistakes. I'm not gonna kick Tibbs. You know, I just felt that at times he makes bad coaching decisions at the wrong time. But, you know, Josh Hart, 0 points. He had no effect on the game. Usually, you know, his rebounding, his defense. So for me, you know, I don't see how we can win a ball game when one of our best players scores 0. I thought there was a point in the game, because I disagree with you. Draymond Green did not punt Cat. I don't know where you got that from. He bust Draymond Green ass tonight. Simple and plain. And it's my turn to talk. I didn't, you know, you can have your whenever you're ready. This could have been an easy 40 piece, but once again, our Knicks very undisciplined at too much on the defensive end, and our basketball IQ as a basketball team is horrific. It's horrific. Josh Hart does not need the ball in his hand. The turnover game with him is just out of control. But I want to go to the fourth quarter. We was down 2, and we had the ball maybe 3 times and couldn't score. And one of those possessions, I'm screaming, Tom Thibodeau, call a timeout. Because we were looking too anxious. Cat took 2 bad threes and missed. But I'm like, yo, call a timeout. We had 2 timeouts at that time. Get us under control. Because at that time, we could have scored, tied it up, or hit a 3 and took the lead. We don't do that. And then we turns the ball over. Why is Deuce inbounding the ball? That's like Brunson inbounding the ball, a little guy. All game tonight, I seen Bridges inbounding the ball, tall guy. So for me, I don't know who's the call on that. I don't know if that's a coaching call or the guys is just taking it amongst themselves. So that irked me. And then I'm gonna tell y'all, for me, where the game had me tight. The end of the first half, Bridges goes for a layup and gets fouled. They don't call a foul. That should have been an and one. Jimmy Butler comes down and hits a 3 at half to end the half. And we lost by 3. The referees is horrific. We get no calls at all. But Flea, you and Fabian have been correct. Get Campaign the fuck out of here. Get him out of here. Get Campaign the fuck out of here. Right now. Right now. Pay him whatever we owe him and send him home. and this is my thing with Tom Thibodeau. You keep those guys in the game too long. If they're not producing right off the rip, get them out of there. Because 2-3 bad 3-point shots, long shots. Remember, Golden State got 2 fast breaks back to back. Back to back. So listen, man, unless we're going to be able to show some type of discipline on both ends of the floor, we are not going to win these games against good teams. This game was very winnable. Cat in that pick and roll. We know it's Steph Curry. Bro, you got to get up on him. You got to get up on him. Curry hit 2 deep threes back to back. You have to get up on him. I have no smoke for Bridges, Deuce, and OG. The smoke, a little bit of smoke I got for Bridges. You got to D up, bro. You got to D up. I'll watch OG play some great defense tonight. Deflections, blocks, He played hella defense on Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler was super quiet tonight. Super quiet. But on the other end, you got a nigga like Moody. These guys are hitting shots at time. Yo, this is what I mean, Flea, when I say a better coach better. We do not make these mistakes, these vital mistakes that are having us lose ball games. These are the same mistakes, and these are the same way we lose ball games since Tibbs has been the head coach, fellas. Once again, I'm not here to kick Tibbs in his back, but if we keep losing the same way year after year after year, we keep showing how undisciplined we are, who are we going to blame? It's nowhere in the world. Nobody on Golden State can guard Cat. We just went away from him. We just totally went away from him. And then the point guard, Deuce, who's ever the point guard, yo, talk to Cat while you on the court. Get your big ass on the block. Bust his ass. So for me, we have a major problem. I know we probably going to discuss the Hart Tibbs little interaction probably later on during the show. But listen, man, just bad everything at bad times. Like I said, I'm a blackjack guy. It's like getting a bad hand at the wrong time. It just seems like Tibbs don't know how to coach at the wrong time. It seems like we make terrible decisions at the wrong time. And before I let Flea cook, Karl Anthony Towns, you have to find a way to stay on the floor, my brother. 3 of those fouls in the first half was ticky-tack fouls that he has to understand. You can't make those fouls. But the refs, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, and I don't mean to sound like a crybaby. And even if I do, who gives a fuck? So what? We gets no calls. We gets no calls. And that scenario at the end, that sequence at the end where, like I said, we don't call a timeout, right? While we was going back and forth down to, you get the turnover. Now Draymond Green gets fouled, goes to the free throw line, his 2 free throws, and then he beats Cat and lays the ball up. That's the game. Listen, man. Between Tibbs not coaching too good, campaign being in a little too long, and Josh Hart having 0, I don't even understand how we still was in this game. We could have been blown out by 30, but I just think, listen, man, just our basketball IQ as a basketball team is terrible. None of them guys have high IQs because there's no way in the world Cat shouldn't have had 40 tonight. There was a point where Cat was unstoppable with Draymond Green on him. To the basket with the left, pardon me. 3-point shot, good. So I don't understand how you don't just go to that all day. I don't understand how Tibbs don't call a timeout and curse everybody out. Not just Josh Hart. Get Cat in the block and give him the fucking ball and let him work. Simple. This shit is simple and plain, man. We make every game difficult when it's simple. So for me, this is a tough loss. We had an opportunity to beat a good team. Now we got the Golden State Warriors with Jimmy Butler looking more crazy than what they are. Them niggas is dirt, man. I'm tight, man. Them players on, I don't even know how Golden State gets away with what they get away with. Moody, I don't even know how they doing this shit. But just a tough loss, fellas, and I'm very aggravated. I'm very aggravated.
Lee, what's your reaction to this? I don't know if you want to see the Knicks how they responded to the Draymond Green after the game. I guess I'll show you guys in a second.
Yeah, vibes and smiling and all the love. Niggas is bitches, man.
What you think about the game, Flea?
I don't know. I thought I saw a little different game. The first half of this game, I thought we was completely in this game. I think we played some great defense majority of this ball game. Golden State shot under 40% from the field. I think if you get them to shoot under 40% from the field, you in position to win the game. A lot of bad decision making down the stretch. I'm always say it, we're just not disciplined at the right times. And that's on the court discipline. Listen, we can blame Tibbs for coaching and all of that. At the end of the day, these are basketball players and these are pros. And in-game decisions, on-the-court decisions, as a coach, I cannot fucking hold your hand and have you do what is necessary to win ball games. I can put you in position to do what's necessary, but out there playing, I cannot hold your hand to do it. Cat, you digging in to be able to get a stop at the end of the game against Draymond Green driving the basketball, that's a you thing. That's not a coaching thing. That's a you thing. We can't give something up like that. I don't care how well you play. You can't give that up. You have to play with some pride, some kind of ego when it's a game like this. Another primetime game, nationally televised, everybody's watching. You have to play with some kind of pride. And again, the first half of this game, I thought we played well. The game really came down to we didn't get enough from our bench. We got 4 points from our bench tonight. 4 points. And you want them to play. Precious came in the game. He looked like a deer in headlights. Campaign was awful tonight. 0 for 4. Bad shots. Not good shots. Bad three-pointers. Not in rhythm. Not something, not something where it's swing, and you get an open shot. No, it's rush shots. It's panicky shots. It's I'm going to get mine so before I get up out the game shots. Go the fuck home. Please and thank you. Stop playing this kid. Deuce is very capable. We can see that. You play Deuce more, he's going to be able to produce. At this point, you got to play through his mistakes and then pull up Kolek. You can't play Campaign. He's unplayable at this point. You can't play him. And we need good decision-making at the ball handling spots right now with Brunson not being on the court right now. We need that. He can't be trusted to do that. Again, it's down to decision-making and being disciplined on the defensive end. Like OG said, this is a very winnable game. Very winnable game. Winning the game the entire game. I thought the third quarter, Steph Curry really hurt us. That barrage he went on, that 12-point third quarter, I thought was big for them. That gave them some momentum. That gave them, a look at the end of the tunnel, like, okay, we can win this game. Because it was a slugfest at first, I thought. We was going at them. I thought Cat was playing very aggressive. I kind of disagree with you as well, Fabian. I don't think Draymond punked him. I thought that he used that as motivation and he played his ass off. I thought. But in moments that we needed him the best, he didn't show up. And I'm talking about on the defensive end. On the defensive end, he didn't show up. Having this conversation offline with my brother. And I see people in the comments talking about, is Mitch healthy? Is Mitch healthy? Is Mitch healthy? Look, at some point, we got to experiment playing Mitch and Cat together. We have to. We got to fix. It's no secret that we are playing better defense now that Mitch has come back. If you look at the defensive numbers throughout the last 3 or 4 games, whether we win or we've lost, we've played better on the defensive end. There's no surprise coming because Mitch is back. But we got to figure out a way to get these guys playing on the floor together. He's got to figure out a way to do that. And if that's one thing that I have a gripe with Tibbs about is, yes, get them on the floor together. How can we do it? We got to figure it out. Mitch is too vital for us on the defensive end. And it's not about block shots. It's not about, it's about him being on the offensive glass, him changing shots, deflections, just being active. He changes a lot. Get him out there with them guys. At this point, you spelling each other, getting spot minutes for each other. Play them together. Let's see what that looks like right now. We got to mix and match. When the game came into Wayne's, I thought that we missed Brunson a lot tonight. The things that we got away with against Portland and was able to come out with a win, we couldn't make those same mistakes against Golden State. They're a championship-level team. You can't do that against them. They're not going to kill themselves. The Portland Trailblazers, who are young and hungry but just learning the game, they're going to kill themselves with bad turnovers, taking bad shots, doing things that's going to put them in a position to lose a game that they could win. Golden State is not going to do that. And you could see that tonight. They didn't put themselves in position to lose this game. The Knicks had to beat them. They weren't going to beat themselves, and we didn't do that. And so I agree, it's a tough loss. I thought that we could end their win streak. You know, they're 14-1 now with Jimmy Butler. They look amazing with how he's invigorated that team. That team is they lit right now. And the thing that I said again offline to somebody, I said, look, they are playing with a lot of fun. You could watch them. They having fun playing together, a lot of smiling, a lot of high-fiving, a lot of high energy. Teams like that feel like they could win at any point. I don't care who you put in front of them. Teams like that feel like they could beat you on any given night. And so I don't feel like we have that attitude right now. I feel like we're still figuring out how to win games, and we almost at game 70. If not, where are we at? I don't know. But it still seems like we're trying to figure out how to win games. That's a little concerning for a team that has so much expectation to win in the postseason. We're still trying to figure out how to win games. So I agree. Tough loss tonight. And, we just get ready for the next one, man.
Very impressive game from Deuce McBride, man.
For sure.
Very impressive game. Both ends. He didn't give up. When IQ was here, he would show flashes of that. IQ's biggest strength was like he would just always move his hands, and there was a lot of deflections, and always have his hands out and create more, getting involved with the space. And Deuce, the way he closed out on Steph on that 3-point shot was amazing because he jumped early and still blocked his 3-point shot. Got a turnover. I think he scored right there. But the problem is with the team tonight was that on a play like that, you get a bucket and then give up a 3-point shot. And just on a defensive lapse, OG found Mikal Bridges in the corner for a 3, great possession, goes down court and loses Jimmy Butler. Then they scored 2. So you basically just made a 1-point play. Cat went on an 8-0 run in the second half. He was killing in the second half and then didn't, at least, how you call that, Flea, hedge on a pick and roll, show on a pick and roll, whatever you call that. Because at least you at least got to buy time for whoever's guarding Steph when they get screened, whoever his defender is to get screened. He didn't do that. The guy who's screening him is Draymond Green. What the hell is your concern? Back-to-back plays. It was so stupid. The announcer called it. Richard Jefferson, guess what the next play is going to be? Screen on Cat. Bet you. And this time, finally, he just dove to the basket and let the 2 defenders up top close in on Steph Curry to make the shot difficult. But Cat did get punked in the beginning of the game. I don't care what y'all talking about. He was facing up the whole time. He was trying to put the ball on the floor, facing up Draymond Green, turnover. Came back down court, got an offensive foul, got a defensive foul. Draymond Green told him to go sit down. Since when does Cat go in front of somebody's face like that? He's in your head now, bro. Don't even talk to him. Don't even talk to him. Why'd you give him a pound at the beginning of the game? That was the first half. Now the whole first half was gone. That was what, at the 6-minute mark, 5-minute mark in the second quarter? We needed you then. You can't tell me somebody's not getting punked, bro. That's what he does. What else is his skill? What else is Draymond Green going to do out there? He's trying to get your attention. You the big dog. He's been calling you out the last 2 weeks, and then he shows up in this game. He didn't apologize. He's trying to get in your head. He's trying to get in your head, bro. And what makes it worse is that the teammates, the only one that showed up was OG in the middle of that little whatever confrontation. Granted, to your point, Flea, that did motivate him in the second half because that third quarter, he was amazing on the offensive end. So I already spoke to his defensive laps, but that's our issue. We're way too finesse. Cat is finesse. Jalen Brunson's finesse on defense. All these guys are pretty much finesse except for Deuce. Josh Hart is horrible defensively. Josh Hart has been playing horrible. Today, like, everyone was mad at Mikal Bridges for calling out Tibbs the other night. I can see why a bunch of people are mad at Josh Hart tonight if he's going back and forth with the coach. For what reason? You've been stinking it up the last month. And you put up a donut today. What did you do? You throwing plays into the stands. Even the play that he set up, I think it was Bridges in the corner, dumps it off way too close to him, and they got a turnover in the paint. Like, he doesn't know how to set up an offense. So he's not in the game, and maybe he's been playing either too many minutes or that's just not his role. He's a 6-man at the end of the day. We forgetting all this. Everybody's beyond out of position. So it would have taken, a Herculean effort, especially at the end of the game. The biggest problem is that Cat's not getting the ball at his strength against the Golden State. We've seen this before against the Oklahoma City Thunder, against a bunch of teams that He could clearly just post up anybody. They're gonna double triple team him. When he was on the left side in the mid range, Draymond stepped up to him. He just told OG cut. He just had an interview with what's the guy that went from the Lakers back to the Nets? D'Lo
Russell.
He told D'Angelo Russell, yo, I'm telling these guys to cut. They're not listening to me. He's saying that in an interview. Like, what he got to call you on the podcast on the roommates to tell you what I need? Cat's a great passer. So they're not even utilizing him right. There was how many times we talk about when was the last time Cat touched the ball? I don't know if we could blame the coach. I don't know, because that's a lot on Cat too. That's a lot on Cat too. He's supposed to command that kind of attention, command that kind of respect. Who the hell is supposed to be the number one player on this team? I don't understand that. And then Draymond's in your head. You're supposed to go at him, go at everybody. Everybody's supposed to know what it is. Yo, give me the ball. When you start showing that, the other Draymond's gonna be like, what? I love that it was a quick shot. And when he came back here, it was the third quarter. He hit that quick three. So I'm seeing his trigger getting pulled faster, but a lot of this relies on him, and he's not used to being the lead dog. He's never wanted to be the lead dog. And all that talk about him being soft is coming back up again. I don't care what y'all say, this 30-point game, whatever it is. No, that's not how you need a lead dog to play offense, because now they're carrying your personality. We're playing soft. This ain't tough basketball. Where's the offensive rebounds at? We're not extending no possessions. Where's the defense at? He really let Draymond hit a layup. Oh, the clothesline, Draymond. You're a bum. I've been calling him a bum all game. Bum. Garbage. Big garbage. That's all you got to do. Draymond's just a shit talker. Like, everything to me about Cat, bro, you a finesse player. You did your thing. I've been giving you your props, but I can show y'all the footage now too, because AllBall looking at me all funny.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at the chat, and I'm just like, how long are y'all going to keep saying Cat is soft when he busts Draymond Green? Like we got to start being being honest, man. Like, come on, man. This ain't tonight. You can't blame Cat for nothing. You don't have a point guard that gets you the ball. You don't have a point guard that knows how to run the offense. You don't have any of that. Let's cut the jokes. Now, Cat allowing Draymond Green to beat him and lay the ball up, 100%. That's out of control. That cannot happen. But for us to really sit up here and everybody in the chat talk about tonight, Cat was soft. How? He got a couple calls called against him. That was terrible. When Draymond Green told him go sit down, and Fabian, you talk about he shouldn't have said nothing. Why shouldn't he say something? Why shouldn't he speak up? So that's what I'm saying. For me, yeah. Why shouldn't he speak up?
Because that's not your character. Back to what Fleet. Yo, that's not your character, bro.
What got to be your character to speak up for yourself?
So when do you do that? You ain't do it the whole first half. You ain't do it all week when he called you out. He really disrespected you, bro. Fabian, that was not more disrespectful than on Tuesday when somebody passed away in your family and he was mad disrespectful. There's no need to talk to him. We ain't got nothing to talk about. I don't know where y'all yo. If you're gonna go to the point where I want to confront you in the middle of the court, for what reason? For what reason?
For what? Because it's basketball and they're competing. What are y'all talking about? And then, what? Hold on. What did Cat do tonight that showed he was soft?
He was facing up. He wasn't posting up Draymond, bro.
No.
Right now?
All right. So, all right. But y'all, like, what's your definition of soft tonight? Because are we talking about him soft as a human being or playing soft as a basketball player? Like, what are we talking about?
That's being soft as a person. That's outside the realm. I'm talking
about. No, because that's what everybody. Because right. That's what I'm getting. I'm saying. Go ahead.
Nah, once you open the game up, got a couple of shots, it's over for Draymond. Now he gotta go on top of you. He gotta play up, and he was getting past him. He was falling for all his pump fakes. Yo, get to the post, get him in foul trouble. That's not his game, bro. He's not tough like that. He's not tough. In a game like this, you had to get them in foul trouble because who the hell can guard him in the front court? And he's their lead guy.
Go ahead, Flea, because I'm just mind boggled. Like tonight, I don't understand.
I don't
understand how we can blame Cat for anything tonight. Go ahead, Flea. I'm sorry.
No, you got to understand. There's got to be a tone set on the defensive end, and if you're the leader of the team, I don't care what your MO is. You got to be able to set that tone. And for you not to be able to set the tone on the defensive, I don't care what you do offensively. Yes, you are great. We know you're great offensively. But at some point, we got to take some pride And the pride don't have to be going out there and fighting Draymond because he did some goofy shit with somebody passing in your family. The pride is going and getting a stop down the stretch. That's the pride. That's being tough. That's where I would call somebody being soft. It's not about anything else. He played a great game. I thought he was aggressive. There was some things there was some calls that he didn't get. Cool, whatever. We've talked about that all season. But in terms of down the stretch, last 5 minutes of the game, when we need you the most, and you are the guy out there that we are relying on because our other guy who has been closing all season is not there, you didn't close for us. So, yeah, we could talk about everything he did the first 30 minutes of the game, 35 minutes of the game, but when we needed you the most, and I'm talking about going and getting a stop, that's unacceptable. I'm sorry. That three-pointer that they're talking about, he doesn't even put a hand up. I've been talking about this all fucking year long. He does not even contest. Forget getting out there. I don't even care if you don't get out there and get a stop. Get a hand up. Be a professional. Get your hand up and say, hey, I'm 7 feet. My hand is up. Hey, take a tougher shot. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Draymond, you are not a guy that takes anybody off the dribble, but you're going to take me off the dribble and get a layup? Have some pride on the defensive end. That's all I'm talking about. I can't speak for anybody else in terms of what they consider is being soft. That is soft to me.
That's a part of it. All that lends itself to that. All of it. Because if you don't have to, why go up to him and say anything? I don't need you. Now you're not even staying with the game plan. You ain't even guarding up on Draymond. How you not guarding up on Draymond? What is he gonna do? He can't cross you up, even if he does. Do that shit 10 times in a row. I dare you. He's playing scared to me, bro. He's playing scared because Draymond's there. That's what I saw. I don't care if he hit a couple shots. See, like y'all see. Listen, maybe I'm crazy. I'm reading the body language different. Call it whatever you want. There's no way possible you getting all them fouls. You turning the ball over like that. This guy's getting in your head, man. Listen.
I mean, he's had an issue with his fouls all season long, and that's because he's not a disciplined player. He's just not disciplined, especially on the defensive end. He's not. So I don't think tonight wasn't an indictment on him, not on his fouls. He's been struggling with. How many times has he fouled out this season?
Yeah,
it's probably in the double digits.
I just think you build habits, man. And when you want to face up all day long with a guy you're not supposed to be facing up, a part of that is like, why are you not facing up? I don't understand that. That to me is the way is approach to the game. That's all. There's no attitude from him. And it took him to the second half when they probably riled him up. It's like, yo, you can't let them get in your head like that. That's all. The first half, it was not. He didn't come out the gate like that. And if you would have set the tone from the beginning, I think this thing changes. And if you want to switch gears, shout out to OG Anunoby. He's mad doofy. He has no touch, but he tries and he's getting calls. That's the one thing about it, because he's trying to get to the bucket. Does Cat get those calls? That's the frustrating part with in terms of referee. I don't know how they give one player calls and the other one no. Draymond Green had a blatant bait on the referee. That was like, how does he get the call on OG Anunoby? OG is damn near all defensive dude. Draymond is nowhere near an offensive player, basically. And you give him a foul call across the paint? I didn't understand that whatsoever. But I'm seeing a lot from OG where he's clumsy, but at least he's attempting to do something, and he's at least attempting to throw something at the rim. If he can get that down packed, it changes everything, because they're giving you the foul call because you're mad strong. He bulldozed Draymond as soon as that thing happened with Cat. His approach is pretty much always the same. Deflections, getting in between the passing lanes. You can't just pass around them willy-nilly. You can't just shoot around them willy-nilly. I don't see nobody calling him soft. It's not in them. It's not in them. Some people it's in them, some people it's not. But we don't have enough guys like that anymore. We just don't. We lost the grit. That shit, it builds a bad habit. Everybody's building bad habits. Who's really trying on defense? Ochua was horrible. What was he doing? He was missing 6-footers, airballing it.
Airballs.
So all these things, they build up. Our team is what it is. But there's no way. Where did they draft the kid Post last year?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
52nd. the 52nd pick, and he's playing prime time with them. He plays every game for them, but we can't play Kolick. So I want to hear everybody.
6 points, 5 rebounds off the bench, and they were like good minutes from him.
He's been playing all year, Flea.
Good minutes from him.
He's been playing all year.
Yeah.
So why is he ready for Saturday night prime time against the Knicks? They own him. You got Jimmy Butler, got Draymond, Steph Curry, Steve Kerr. The whole organization's behind this kid. I don't. Can we blame Cat? I'm not gonna just blame Cat solely. He is who he is. I said that from the beginning. But these other guys, campaign, he's an 8th or 9th, 10th guy. And you see your man Buddy Hield. He better not sniff that court in prime time, hitting the side of the barn.
So I'm sitting here. I'm hearing everybody. I'm seeing the comments, and I'm just still stuck on the Cat thing. Us Cat being soft is not the reason why we lost the game tonight. If we want to call Cat soft, call Bridges soft too, because he got his ass bust. He's supposed to be a defender. We all know from the gate, Cat ain't no defender. If we want to be honest, Tibbs, learn how to substitute that offense defense thing. No, I didn't cut y'all off. I didn't cut y'all off.
You want us to be a championship team. If we are going to be a championship team, and I asked you a question to end the live last live.
And my answer is yes. If he's coached right, we have a coach that don't know how to coach.
You better, if you think so, he better be better defensively. I don't give a fuck what he does on the offensive end. If you think Cat could be the best player on the championship team, you better challenge him to be better on defense. OG.
Okay.
Stop letting him off the hook for being a cone out there. For being
I don't let him off the hook. No. I don't let him off the hook. But tonight, y'all are putting this all on Cat. That's all I'm hearing. Cat. All right, I grant it. If Cat is soft, cool. I'm not arguing that he's not soft. But tonight, Cat being soft is not why we lost the game. Simple. It's not. Our IQs as basketball players are terrible. Josh Hart, terrible. Mikal Bridges on the defensive end, terrible. He got his ass bust tonight. Let's call it what it is. There was one defender tonight that was tough, and that was OG. Tom Thibodeau doesn't know how to scheme. He doesn't know how to do anything. It was in the second quarter, it was 2 minutes left. I said, yo, why not put Cat back in the game right now while Curry, Draymond, and all of we was down 6? I'm like, maybe Cat could get in the game right now and maybe get us back. What I'm saying is Thibodeau is not trying nothing different. At the end of the game, why not sub Cat out? Put somebody else in there that may be a better defender. I'm just saying, I'm not arguing with y'all that Cat is soft. But to say tonight we lost because Cat and because he's soft. No, tonight ain't had nothing to do with that. We played terrible basketball at the wrong time. And to me, that's just what it is. The man had a double-double. When he got the ball, he put in the work. When he got the ball, he put in the work. If bum-ass Hart scored, if Campaign didn't come in looking like an idiot, like I said, right now, Precious and Campaign looks unplayable. You know what lost tonight? Josh Hart having 0 and our bench having 4 points. That's what lost the game tonight. Not Cat being soft. Like, come on, man. Don't do that. Y'all brothers are too smart.
You know what's funny is about 2 or 3 weeks ago, about a month ago, there were jokes and laughs between you two brothers about the production that Josh Hart gives to our team. If we rely on that, to be good is a joke. That's what y'all was saying. And now we have Josh Hart hitting the poor stride. We have guys on the bench who are not playing well because of confidence. I think Precious Achiuwa, confidence got stripped once Mitchell Robinson got pulled back into the rotation, right? And so now all of this conversation is about that. But guess what? Josh Hart has been the most consistent player. So he is going to rebound from this. That's going to happen. Campaign has showed spots and signs of being good for us. As much as we hate him, he's shown spots. And so has Precious, right? That could change. But the one fucking thing that has not changed for 10 years is the fact that Cat does not take it seriously on the defensive end. So again, I'm going to tell you, if you think we're going to be great, if you think we're going to be a championship level team, you better start challenging him to be better. I'm not telling him to be Hakeem Olajuwon, Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo, Ben Wallace, Dwight Howard. I'm asking him to be 7 feet, act like you care about stopping the opposing team from scoring. That's what I'm saying. I don't care about you blocking shots and doing all this. You're not that guy. But the only way we take it to another level is if he takes it to another level on the defensive end. While we lost tonight, Josh will be better. He stunk tonight. He will be better. We've seen him be better. Campaign will be better. Is Cat going to be better on the defensive end? We don't know. We never seen it. We need him to be, though. That's the point. It ain't about him being soft. That soft shit is overrated. Play defense.
I know Starks wasn't. Starks would never.
Starks would. Starks had us
Starks.
pissed off too. For nights.
Sometimes. But for the most part, actually, you're right. He was inconsistent. He was inconsistent when keeping your eyes on the prize, baby, Bubba. Basketball season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win and receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Baby Bubba.
Baby Bubba.
So hold on. So if Cat's not soft, is he tough?
But once again,
Yo,
I know. No.
Listen,
but
hold on. But you just
you
like
asking me
just
a
because
question.
I was joking because there's no way you're gonna say yes. I'm just saying that's not the only reason why we lost the game. Of course, there's many reasons why we lost the game. But
Sure.
SGA is missing a whole bunch of players tonight. He's in the top, he's in the top MVP conversation. Cat was playing like an MVP. When Cat was playing like an MVP, we didn't care what he did on the defensive end. That shit was mesmerizing. I still think he's hurt or it's the attrition of the season. That's not the Cat that I saw 2 months ago. It really isn't. This ain't the Josh Hart that I saw 2 months ago. OG's playing better, but I think there is something to your attitude. I think there is something to all of that. But I'm not gonna try to convince you. I just know the approach. When I see somebody play ball, they don't play defense like that. It's like I don't even want to go down a list about who's soft or whatever, but you can't have dudes. You can't have dudes doing this shit on live TV. Your man is a menace. I would have tripped him.
But once again, the antics, the character, that's who he is. I don't care about none of that. Like I said, whether people think Cat soft, tough, that's not my argument. Tonight, Cat being soft is not why we lost the game. Word is he's scared of Jimmy Butler. I didn't see him for all that. Then he wouldn't have showed up in Golden State. Draymond Green didn't punk him. He played a great game tonight. Is he terrible defensively? Yes, I'm not arguing that. But look at look at how we played in vital spots of the game. Like I said, down 2, couldn't hit a shot. Inbound ball, turnover. Like I said, the end of the second half, Jimmy Butler gets a 3-point shot off. Like, for me, the kid Moody hitting timely shots. Like I said, he only had 18, 19, but some of those threes he hit was big shots. So for me, I think that's what lost the game. And then you add on Josh Hart scoring 0 and the bench scoring 4. Now, I have no problem with Josh Hart scoring 0, but when he doesn't have an effect on the game, to me, that's what's huge. No, usually he would have maybe 12, 13 rebounds, maybe 8, 9 assists, and maybe make a big rebound or a big play. But he didn't have an effect on the game at all. So for me, I can't blame nothing on Cat tonight. I think that's a cop-out. I think that's just easy to be like, well, Cat was soft, because that's going to be the only clip that everybody's going to show. Draymond Green say Cat is soft. Nah, for me, like I said, it was a whole bunch that lost the game tonight. And, you know, we went through a whole segment and didn't name him, but some of
I
this
was close
goes to
enough.
the coach. Yes. Yes. That's just, yes. Some of this goes to the coach because these are games, and the way we lost tonight, we've been losing like that for the past however many years Tom Thibodeau has been a head coach.
I told you too. We all ball. We almost home, man. We've been driving the whip for a minute now. We almost home, man. On the road to Tibbs ending. What do you guys make of this? Was it a big deal? Is it normal, as Richard Jefferson put it? Josh Hart and Tom Thibodeau going at it. Rick Brunson had to get in between. My little brother Sham had to get in the building in between them. Is that normal behavior? Are they getting, is this compiling the next game after Mikal Bridges calls out the coach? The third game with PJ Tucker, motherfucker. We back in the building. Ever since PJ Tucker got here, it's been spicy, old boy. Is there anything to Josh Hart and Tibbs going at it?
It's a whole lot. Yes. That doesn't happen. Remember, this is not a championship game. This is not a big playoff game. Yes, this is something huge. They
You
don't
said
like
this doesn't happen?
No. I didn't mean it like that. Slow down, brother. I'm saying this doesn't happen. They don't like each other. The team don't like Tibbs. I don't care what nobody says, and I believe Tibbs don't like them neither. Simple and plain. Tibbs is watching these niggas on the court. And Flea, you correct. You can't hold their hand. Some of the mistakes they make on the court, some of these guys like Hart, Cat, Bridges, these guys been in the league long enough for them to still make the mistakes they make as far as turnovers and just low IQ basketball plays. I'm pretty sure Tibbs is over them as well. But I think this is something huge. First, you got Bridges. Then you got Tibbs responding to Bridges. Now you got Tibbs and Hart in the huddle, literally cursing each other out to where, like I said, Hart walked off, but guys had to get in between. Yeah, I think this is huge. The Knicks organization is going to downplay it because you don't. Once again, it's very rare you have a DeMarcus Cousins or Kenyon Martin or Melo, certain players that's going to be honest and say, no, I don't like that motherfucker. So, of course, Hart and them guys is going to play it off as if everything is cool. But I said it maybe a couple months ago. Tibbs lost the locker room. And I don't know if it's his fault. But in this situation, they're always going to blame the coach. I don't like Tibbs' coaching style, but y'all always say it. Maybe he doesn't have his guys. I'm going to be honest. Watching some of the games we lose, a lot of the games we lose, okay, Cat can be soft, but our undisciplined, like Flea said, it was so many shots we rushed tonight, that it was just like, what are we doing? And then, like I said, the missed assignments on defense night after night after night. Okay, I grant it. If Curry and Jimmy Butler cook us, cool. But you can't have all these other guys have good games. So I think this is something huge. I've been saying it all season, and I really believe Tom Thibodeau has to go. I don't like him as a head coach. I don't think he's a good head coach. I don't think the players respond to him. And like I said, for him to be a defensive-minded head coach, and we probably the worst defensive teams in the NBA. We watch our Knicks night in and night out. We can't stop nobody. We just watched Draymond Green beat Cat on a layup. Like Fabian said, Draymond Green beat you on a layup. So for me, I think this is something huge. But the whole NBA world is going to try to downplay like it's nothing. But I've been saying it all season. Tom Thibodeau has lost the locker room. He doesn't want to coach these guys no more because it's not fun. It's stressful. It's annoying. In every game, we got to play our butts off to be competitive and stay in the game, let alone win the game. We got to be competitive to stay in the game, and we can still lose like a game like tonight with Bridges, OG, and Cat and Deuce having real good games. So for me, I think tonight, along with Bridges, proved that what I've been saying all season is correct. Tom Thibodeau is not the guy for this job anymore, and he has to go.
Is this normal? Josh Hart and Tom Thibodeau flee? Normal behavior?
I've seen it on many occasions. I've, firsthand, not in about tooting, but so yeah, I've seen it. It's funny because on one hand, OG tells us we're the most entertaining basketball team to watch in the NBA. We're the most fun team to watch in the NBA. And on the other hand, Tibbs is tired of coaching us. This is not fun for him, right? So we got to pick one at some point. That's number one. Number two, okay, you got to pick one. Either we really fun to watch, or he's not having fun coaching.
A fan watching the game because it's drama, it's fun to watch, it's exciting. The games go down to the wire overtime. To me, that's totally different from you being a coach and coaching and watching all the mistakes and the low basketball IQ of your guys and the lapse of defense. I think that's different than as a fan. I'm saying me watching it is beautiful. I love it because it's good basketball compared to watching 140 to 110, just nothing but threes, no defense, no drama. Compared to a coach, I don't think that shit is fun for Tibbs, but it's fun for me to watch because it's good basketball, because it's competitive.
Either this is good basketball or it's not. Either y'all want Tibbs or y'all don't. We got to figure out what we want at some point. We got to be clear, concise, and go forward with what we want. Can't flip-flop no more. We too good of a team. We got too much talent. We on the precipice of being a championship ball club. We got to pick one, y'all. Pick one. Pick one and stand on it. Boy, I can't wait till we fire Tibbs so I can see the fucking dumpster fire we are as a team going forward. I can't wait. I can't wait. Because we're going to be a fucking dumpster fire once we fire him and think we got the answers to move forward. Boy, I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this shakes out, because the answer to our issues currently is just walking him out the door. Nothing else on court. We ain't never going to hold the players accountable for how they play, for how they execute, body language, all that type of stuff. We ain't going to never do that. We're going to always boil it down to Tibbs ain't the guy for the job. I cannot wait till we fire this motherfucker. Cannot wait so we could see who we really are. Get him out the door, get a new voice in here, and let's see what our roster really is. What type of tough guys we got. What type of real solid NBA players we got. I want to see. Because that's the answer right now. Getting you our answer. Our prayers are almost answered. Ball. Right, Fabian? Our prayers are almost answered. Let me see this happen. I can't wait. You niggas got all the answers. Let's see.
Hold on, Fabian. Hold on, Fabian. So let me ask you a question. So do you honestly think, this is what, Tibbs' fifth year? Fifth season coaching the Knicks?
Yeah, 2020.
So if there's an opportunity to get a better coach, do you not think we should do that?
Who's the better coach?
No, I'm not. I'm asking you. I'm just saying.
Let's get him. This is always going to be a personnel thing for me. This is always going to be a personnel thing for me. We could bring anybody in here. It's about the guys on the basketball court. At some point, coaching is not gonna say yay or nay. It's gonna be about what the guys do. It is. Y'all, we could be on opposite ends every day. I'm gonna stand on that. Y'all can hold Tibbs accountable because that's easy. These guys on the basketball court are not doing what they're supposed to be doing on a night in, night out basis. They're not.
But hold on. But we watched Tibbs in Chicago be average. Let's be honest. He got the one conference finals. We watch him go to Minnesota with a prime cat, Jimmy Butler, Wiggins, be average, got to a first round. And then now he's with our Knicks, and we're watching him be average again. So I'm like I said, all right, cool. We keep Tibbs, I have no problem, but I'm just trying to figure out, where has Tibbs shown that he's a good coach to where he shouldn't even be thought about being replaced? That's all I'm saying. It's like, okay, if we're not going to trade Cat or Brunson, or like you say, if we ain't going to get that major upgrade, and we keep going down the same rabbit hole, what has Tibbs done to where he shouldn't be questioned at all or think about being replaced?
Nothing. Clee?
Oh, I thought it was on. For me, I think the door that he walked into was a bad organization. A team that hasn't seen the playoffs in years, a team that had no culture, a team that didn't know how to figure out how to win. There was none of that here before he walked through the door. So what has he shown to be a good head coach? He's shown that he can change that to what we are right now, which is a perennial playoff team trying to figure out how to get over that hump to the next step, which is vying for a championship. So, because on the other end, how could he have shown he's a bad head coach? We don't make the playoffs. We're a bad team. We're in the lottery every year. There's no cohesion. Nobody wants to play here. That could have been how we show he's a bad head coach. But I think he's done. If he's maxed out, he's maxed out. I'm cool with that. But there ain't no plan going forward. And it's just easy to kick the head coach out. You can't, they always say it's easier to fire the coach than it is to trade the player. Absolutely. But then this becomes a merry-go-round when we don't have leadership. We need leadership, right? To be a good team, to win championships, we need some type of leadership. Where's it going to come from? If it ain't coming from Cat, if it ain't coming from Brunson, we're going to get rid of the coach. So where's it going to come from?
See, but what I don't like is that we're pitting it because we got to replace Tibbs with some imaginary coach. If I say Jeff Van Gundy, you're really laughing at that. Like, he's not on that bench trying to learn the modern day game and prove they could get back into the game. Rick Pitino just won with St. John. These are all like, I don't even know how to say the guy's name from the assistant coach for Oklahoma City. But if I throw that out there, you're going to laugh at that too? Like, that shit ain't funny. The Toronto coach came from over there, right? We just talked about this the other day. So to me, it can't just be we throw these options out there and I don't know what I'm talking about. Because I attempt to make that list. So if I'm doing that, they should be doing that. Because there's no way you're going to tell me I wasn't saying this after we beat the 76ers last year. That's my problem with all this. I've been saying Tibbs already maximized whatever he got, how you put it. Bro, what is he going to do? What else can he show? And tonight, I didn't even blame him. I don't know what he could have done tonight. That shit to me didn't make no sense to me. To me, that was all on the players. To your point, that's on them to beat Golden State. They were undisciplined. They would. Now, if you want to blame him for certain plays where I was going to ask you how Cat screened Green off of him, went to the weak side and they didn't get the ball to him and they switched to Looney, like plays like that, I'm not sure if you could blame the coach for that. That made no sense because you getting the ball on the strong side. All right, where's Cat at? He's the guy. He's the number one option. How are we on the other side of the court? I can't blame Tibbs for that. He didn't call for that play to go to the other side of the court. So tonight, I didn't mention Tibbs. I only did that because of that play with him and Josh Hart. But there's no way overall, if now Bridges is coming out, the writing is on the wall. I didn't make this up. The plays are coming out starting. We never seen Josh Hart do that. We ain't see him do that. He always held down Tom Thibodeau. That shit is new. This ain't no hyperbole. I wish it was. I wish Tibbs would coach the way we think he could coach, or how smart that everybody talks that speaks to his name to be. But he's not that. It was talking about in game. He's making these decisions. We've seen him in the most stressed out moments. It's not his game. He doesn't know how to rotate the players. We've been talked about. I could ad nauseum. I could talk about it. How he didn't play pressure till game 4 games, whatever in Philadelphia. You play Mitchell Robinson 30 minutes in the first game against the 76ers, then you play him 20 minutes the next game. How is that? How was he prepared to do 30 minutes the first game, but 20 in the next game when Isaiah Hartenstein can't guard Embiid? And I'm reading this from my couch. No way you a defensive guru and don't know that. That's disappointing. That to me was alarm ringing. No way Phil Jackson wouldn't have done that. These great dudes, they wouldn't have done that. Pat Riley wouldn't have done that. Spoelstra would not have done that. Ty Lue wouldn't have done that. That doesn't make sense to me. So if you can't do it in the first round against the 76ers with a guy on one leg, he's a legend, but he got one leg. You can't figure that out, Mr. Guru? And you got Mitchell Robinson, Achua, OG, all these guys. You can't figure that out? Yeah, I'm pissed off. I've been pissed off. When he got the extension, I was pissed off. So anytime I get a chance to put my foot in his ass, I'm going to do it, Flea. You kidding me? He got to go. And we got to make a list of this shit. Like, I gave you some names. I'm telling you, the assistant, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Flea. I swear to God. I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's the assistant coach for OKC. He's been around there for a minute. And to know they're going to come on. If you're sitting there on the bench with these young guys, look at the way OKC coaches. They lead the league in deflections, passes, tip, all kind of shit throughout the last 2-3 seasons. Give me that guy. He gonna tell Leon Rose, nah, you don't want them. They can't get in the way of the paint. See the guys that Toronto want? That's what they do. They deflect passes. That's what you want in this era. It's a pace and space era. What you doing with Josh Hart? Get him on the bench. Those guys are nice. You could draft the underdogs. No, but you need these guys to be pros. You want to win a chip, don't you? This is the next level. I seen it. So to AllBall's point, man, when was the last time Tibbs was on a championship run? If we're keeping it real, that was 17 years ago. Game been past you. So when we talk about the replacement, it's like, bro, I'm dead serious about Jeff Van Gundy. There's no way they're not exploring that. I guarantee you they are. Jeff Van Gundy, Chauncey Billups might be funny. Like you said, he's unproven the other day. But the assistant coaches, these guys, assistant coaches getting off the bench and getting head coaching jobs, they got to be looking at them. I don't think it's that difficult, Flea.
I don't think we are good enough. I don't want to give it to OG so he can go ahead, but I just wanted to remind us real quick. There were teams in the past that were good enough to get to a point and they bring in the level coach that brings them over the top. These teams were on a certain level. They were not the Knicks. That Golden State team that was right on the cusp of championship level was a better team than this Knicks team. That Toronto team that got rid of Dwayne Casey and brought Nick Nurse in was a better team, not to mention bringing in a Kawhi Leonard, right? These things that happen, which we think we can do, which I'm all for if it works out like that. But the way we are structured, we are not that type of team. So how we building the foundation right now, right? Get into a second round, all of that. I hope that we have the same level of patience for the next guy to come in, because that next guy that comes in is not going to just take us to the championship. We are not that type of team. So,
No,
yes,
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Okay.
I totally disagree with that because
we are not that team, Fabian.
I know, but I understand that.
Good.
No, all right, that might be true. That might be a fact. But if you're making a decision like that and you're saying we got Tom Thibodeau the last 5 years, the same way it's the same thing with Mark Jackson and them. And I'm not saying that we are Mark Jackson going to Golden State. I'm not talking about that Toronto team. I'm talking about Darko right now in Toronto. He came off from Memphis or OKC, whatever it is. I'm talking about if you get rid of that coach right now, whatever, you already made the cat decision thinking you're going to be a championship team. You cannot pick a coach thinking he's not coaching for a championship, Flea, because I don't agree with AllBall that he's not a good coach. He is a good coach. So you have to believe that the next guy is great. And if he's great, that means we're thinking conference championship, second round minimum. So you have to think, Flea, you telling me you're going for your next coach and you're not thinking about championship?
100%. My thought process is championship. But the realistic things about how basketball teams are built in today are not that you just gonna put some guy in there. Y'all are already on the fence about if Cat could be the best player on a championship team. Y'all can't confidently say that with your chest. You can't. Ooh. So if you can't say that with your chest, we already don't think Brunson can be the best player on a championship level team. Now we're gonna bring in a coach and think that he's gonna bring us over that top. Nah, I just don't think it works like that. And if we do, we got to have some patience to allow the next coach that comes in to create his culture and lay his foundation and go through another couple of years of knocking at the door until we get to where we get to. This shit is a marathon. This shit ain't no sprint the way niggas be making it seem like. We ain't those organizations. We're not that fortunate to have a Steph Curry, a Kawhi Leonard, a Giannis. We're not that fortunate. We ain't got it like that.
Well, for the record, I do not believe that Cat is a number one on the team. And I do believe that Jalen Brunson is a number one. We saw it last year. But I digress. Go ahead, AllBall.
So I totally disagree with both of y'all. I think Cat and Brunson could be a number one guy. Like I said, it depends on the team that's built around him, and it depends on the coach. We got to be realistic. The way the NBA is today, the way these teams are constructed, we are not constructed like that. we don't have no athletes. We don't have no high flyers. We don't have no great 3-point shooters. You know, so for me, you know, we need an exceptional coach. And Fleet, what I've said this a while with you many times. Okay, we don't trade, and we'll get rid of Tips. I'm okay with that, but at least get a good bench, a good assistant coaching staff that can at least help out a little bit. Because once again, we're playing behind the 8 ball every night. Like I said, the way the NBA is constructed today, you got teams with guys that 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", that, like, remember, we don't catch no lobs. We don't have, like I said, no athletes. So for me, you know, if we don't have a great exceptional coach, we're gonna struggle every night. So I disagree with that. But for me, I've seen enough sample size. I'm sorry, I've seen enough from Tibbs. Now it's possible, Flea, that whoever else comes in here may do a worse job, but we have to see. We cannot have Tibbs for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We cannot. I'm sorry. It's not going to make any sense. But I've said this a while ago, and y'all flame me and everybody flame me. A lot of our guys is regular guys. They will be regular guys on great teams. Like I said, right now I was wrong about OG. I said something about OG. OG's been playing hella great basketball on both ends of the floor. I think Cat and Brunson is fine. Everybody else is average. You're not going to win a championship with average guys unless you have a coach that's just dynamic like that. That's just great. But for our guys to be bad defenders, low IQ, it's going to be tough for Tibbs. And to me, he's going to be the scapegoat. That's just how sports is. We may not like it, but that's just what it is. But me watching the game, us watching every night, we lose the same way all the time. That is coaching. Now, so do the players play a part in that? 100% correct. But when you lose the same way every time, winnable games, up double digits in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, and you continue to lose, I don't know. I don't know who else to blame. But, you know, there should be a list of guys that the Knicks should be looking at. And Fabian is correct, Flea. When we bring up guys, you totally dismiss all of them. So there is a list. Like I said, I've said a while ago, I love Sam Cassell. Like I said, you know, he young, like I said, we don't have to agree. But when we do bring up guys, nobody agrees with it. So I'm saying for us as Knicks fans,
because there's nothing behind it. It's just a name, and we just saying it because, okay, the name sound cool. What about Sam Cassell? Because he's been online for so long. What tells us that the coach behind OKC is qualified to do the job? What is telling us that? Just because he's been sitting next to Dagno? What do we know about these guys that's going to tell us that it's going to be a viable? We're talking about the Knicks, y'all. Y'all know the team. We talking about a team that's been avoided of a championship for 50 years. So if we're really serious, like,
but Flea, but we got a good roster. This is not the Knicks from 10, 15, whatever years ago where it wasn't a good roster.
You just said we don't have a great roster. Do we have a good roster?
I'm the only one that up here says we're championship contention if we're coached right. I am. We're not coached right. There, how many games we see Cat cooking and he don't get the ball? Like y'all said, this is where Cole may have to come into play. We have guys that, if Brunson is not in the game, we have nobody else that can run the offense. Josh Hart is horrific when he got the ball in his hand. We watched Mikal Bridges and them guys fumble the ball all day today. We don't have nobody that's getting guys the ball, that's running the offense, getting guys easy shots. Everybody's just hot potato. Go ahead, it's your turn. It's your turn. It's your turn. And when we down 15-20, it's just give Brunson the ball and just let him do whatever he wants. We need a coach to help us with that.
No, but I think, to my point, I think, like I said, I like last year's team better because Brunson, Deuce, Dante, they put the ball on the floor and got the ball. It was active on the offensive end. Mikal, to your point, you said earlier, AllBall, Mikal Bridges is soft. Finally today he had 2 crossovers, got to the basket and didn't do anything. Then he finally hit a fadeaway or whatever it was. He's not a playmaker on offense. We ain't got no playmakers. That's what the problem is. Brunson's a playmaker. Cat, sometimes a playmaker. He's hot and cold. He's streaky. Josh Hart's a defensive playmaker, rebounding play, but he's not an offensive playmaker. OG is a fumbling playmaker. That's my thing. We don't have enough of them guys. And the right coach will tell you, no, get this guy out of here. That's why they got Marcus Smart up out of there for Drew Holiday immediately. They knew that was an upgrade. Now he ain't gonna lose a ball in crunch time. So I think the guy from OKC, Flea, to your point, I think that's the style that we have to go lend ourselves towards. If we were gonna go the route of depth and try to match having a 7-foot 3-point shooter like we're okay. That's why I didn't like the whole, you know me, Flea. I don't want to repeat that shit over and over again. We're trying to copy Boston, trying to copy OKC. That's their style. And if you want to play their style, you got to get one of their coaches. They know what to bring over here. So if that's what you want, go get that guy. Tibbs don't run that kind of shit. Tibbs don't run the Boston offense. That's my problem with this. How did you go and change the entire personnel, basically, to go? You have to run a new set. You got to find a new coach that could do that. Charles Lee already left. He went to the Hornets. But when we talk about Fleet, there's already 3 assistant coaches from that Boston bench coaching in the league right now. So you can't tell me we ain't looking at nobody's assistants. Yeah, no, it was the Memphis guy that went to Toronto, Darko. Yeah, it was from Memphis because I was surprised. I was surprised that it was a young kid from Memphis. But real quick, La Turia, thank you so much. Anyone who actually knows basketball can see Tibbs is a good coach. I just don't know if he's the right coach for this group of players. You know what, La Turia? There's another problem with that. I see why. I see Flea been seeing him like that with his lips all night. Yeah, I know why. He's hiding some shit. I've been peeped it. He's been discovered. Look, we found him out, AllBall. They got him. They got him.
Tibbs is his guy, man.
Look, you see him? The do-rag. Yeah.
Right.
Got the footage. We got the footage on your ass.
That was good. That was good, Aubrey.
JR would love to get Rondo on our coaching staff. I don't know about that. How you guys feel about that?
Love it.
I mean, like I said, at this point, you're not telling me Rondo's not a better basketball mind than Maurice Cheeks and Othello Hamilton and Rick Brunson. I'm just being honest.
That's a fact.
No, I'm sorry. No, yeah. No,
and the guy that can relate. Remember, man, like, you know, when they talk about basketball IQs, they say he's up there with LeBron. Like, these are things that we can't sniff at. And it's like, listen, man, some of these young guys, and he could teach guys how to run the offense. And once again, remember, he's a tough guy and he has a voice. And like I said, I just feel when we have mismatches like tonight where you can just tell there's nobody that can guard Cat. Physically, it shouldn't have been able to be done. Cat was supposed to have 40 tonight. Simple.
Oh, really?
Yes, simple. Put him on the block. Like I said, he had his way with Draymond when he got the ball. He took 2 bad shots, but he scored on the block. He scored when he had the ball. And once they double team, you kick it out for the wide open shot. The game for us is too hard. We're not going to win if every night we got to play 40+ minutes like it's a game 7 in the playoffs. That's how we got to play every night to be competitive. We need somebody to come in and help the game be a little bit easy for us. And like I said, if we're going to keep Tibbs, we need to get a better coaching staff. And if it takes guys like Rondo and whoever else, then I'm all for that.
I misread that, Flea. I thought he meant the coach, but he said coaching staff. So you're right, AllBall. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I'll buy you a ticket to New York myself, Rondo.
Yeah. Please come. Please come and be on our coaching staff for real.
I would have clotheslined Draymond. Yeah, Matthew Carter. This guy, oh boy, he talking about Cash should have had 40. Well, why didn't he? Yo, so that's not. So if you were if you were Cat and you playing against Draymond and these dudes, AllBall. This is what I hate about this dude, Flea. This is what I hate about him. All that swag, all that bravado you be talking with. But if you Cat and you see Draymond in front of you, you're not asking for the ball 50 times a game? What are you talking about right now? Yo, give me the ball. Josh Hart, give me the ball. OG, give me the ball. What are you doing? You're going to fight your own teammate for the ball.
And it shouldn't take Tibbs to have to do that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take Tibbs to draw up nothing. If you are a guy, and I want to make a point real quick. We think Brunson is the #1 guy. Not we, you niggas think Brunson is the #1 guy on a championship team. I don't know about that. Cat, #1 guy on a championship team. I don't know about that. Like you said, depending on around the team. Listen, there's guys in this league. It don't matter who you are. You are a #1 player on a championship level team. It don't matter what. You drop you in there, and yes, you could be that guy. There are players like that. We don't have that, is my point. So let's not talk about Cat. Cat was going to. Tibbs does not need to draw up shit if Cat is that type of player. Go out there, play with some pride and some ego, and go get 40.
Hey Fabian, could you just bring up what Cat had tonight as far as stats and field goals and how much shots he took, please?
29 and 12.
Now, I would like this chat to see it, please.
Okay.
This guy here, 29 and 12. Yeah, let the man do his job, man.
Yeah, it was 29 and 12. 12 with 21.
Okay. 21 shot attempts.
Right.
29 and 12.
Yep, 12. 3 assists.
Okay.
Here we go. Look. 6 fouls. Come on, man.
6 fouls.
Man.
Yeah, I just moved the goalposts night after night after
Big
night.
bogus.
Man.
No. You just don't want to admit your man is soft. And we said that from the summertime, but you ain't want to believe me. It is what it is. That's what he does. He has these numbers like that.
So him being soft tonight, that's what lost the game tonight?
Nobody you're
I'm asking you a question.
You're moving the goalpost.
No.
You're moving the goalpost.
Thank you, Flea, for just answering the question. You want to make it all difficult. Simple and plain, brother. I'm not listening.
Listen, you asked the question. It wasn't the answer to the question, bro. You asked if he's the reason why. It wasn't just him, but he's a big reason why. He's now the leader. He can't be 1 minute. 1 minute he's the leader. The next minute he could drop 40 if he wanted to. So why didn't he drop 40? But thank you, Flea. Why didn't he drop 40?
Why?
Come on,
because
man.
he was in foul trouble. He had 29 and 12.
That's not the only reason why. He should have been killing Draymond the whole first half.
When he got the ball, he did.
And all that. Nah, he kept. They didn't get the ball to him. #1.
How much points he had in the first half?
I think it was 14 or 12. Was it 12?
I don't know. I'm never going to be impressed with what he does in the offensive end because that's
11.
Because that's exactly what he does. He's an excellent offensive player. All I'm saying is that great players, 1A players, take their game to the next level to help their team get to the next level. And if the part of your game that's going to take us to another level is defense, please do that for us. That's all I'm saying. I don't care about the inflated stat sheet. Stop telling me go look at the box score and look what he did in the box. I don't care about that. I know he could do that. Challenge yourself to be a 1A type player, and that's taking it to the next level.
Hey, Flea.
I don't care about that shit. Like, okay.
Can you try on the defensive end without? Can you try on the defensive end?
The bench had 4 points. The bench had 4 points. Josh Hart had 0. Precious had 0. Shamit campaign.
And who's supposed to show up? Come on,
bro. Y'all show up. Tonight, y'all are being unfair with Cat. Tonight y'all are being unfair.
No. Who else?
Right now, this conversation is not about tonight no more. Now this conversation is about the New York Knicks and how great we can be. And if Cat is our guy that we're going to be able to rely on as the guy, I'm saying we have to challenge him to just be better defensively. Fuck this game tonight, okay? We ain't got to worry about this game tonight. I'm talking about going forward now.
Cool, but I'm using his words against him because last year we saw Jalen Brunson turn it up when everybody went down. All the excuses were gone. They were right there for him too. They were right there for him too. He averaged 40. He was doing Jordan numbers in the playoffs and all that. You expect Cat to put Jordan numbers up? I don't. It's not who he is. He's not built like that. Mentally, none of that. And that's what I'm talking about. I don't know if he'll smack you. He'll beat the shit out of me. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about just staying in the game, locking on the game plan. That's not what he does. It's not what he does. He's never been about that. Jalen Brunson, since he came from out of college, has been doing this thing. He's been challenged. He came to New York, took Randall's spot, Flea. He was in Dallas. He took him out of the first round. Luka don't win without him in them playoffs.
The man had a double-double. His bench had 4 points and Josh Hart had 0. Like, come on, man. Like I said, I get what y'all saying, but y'all are being very unfair with Cat tonight. I'm sorry. I'm like I said, we could agree to disagree. We could respectfully disagree, but y'all are being unfair to Cat tonight. And I
Nah,
think that
you just want to defend them.
I think that's the easy way out. I'm sorry.
No,
That's
it's
all
not.
everybody got to say tonight. I'm
It's
sorry.
not. I was talking about Bridges too. You ain't bring that up. We agree Josh Hart didn't have a great game. I said he had a bad month. I've been said that. But we talking about tonight when it's the Golden State Warriors. You got to go show up against them, against the guy who's been calling you out in the media over the last 2 weeks.
And he had 29 and 12. What are you talking about?
Okay, and what does Brunson do? The only reason why we lost against the Lakers, he had damn near 40 against the Lakers.
Draymond Green called him out, called him soft. He had 29 and 12. We had an opportunity to win the game. Now, Cat, like I said, defensively horrific. I'm not arguing with y'all with that. We all agree to that. But y'all talk about he punked him, he soft. He had 29 and 12. He proved that when he had the ball, he can score. Bruh, the bench had fucking 4 points. Josh Hart, it's almost like he shaved points. They was horrific. Josh Hart Precious campaign in the bench was horrific.
I'm no longer talking about tonight. And when we really want to have a real conversation about how this is going to be a trickle or over effect going forward with our basketball team, then I'm ready to talk. But y'all can baby this nigga all you want. Nobody's calling him soft. I could read a fucking stat sheet and I know what I watched on the TV tonight. Miss me with the 29 and 12 shit. I don't give a fuck about that. Your best player has to be great in the biggest moment. That's what I'm saying. Nobody is discounting what he did. Are we not listening and comprehending what we're saying? Not just you, OG, the chat, everybody. What we are saying is he was great tonight. Okay? That's an independent statement. He was great tonight. Put a period there. But on the other side, when we need you to get stops in a moment that is crucial, you are never there. That's a problem. Why is that a problem to say about the dude when he is one of our leaders? How does that not make sense? How do y'all not get that? We need him to do that for us to go to another level if we championship contenders. Make this shit make sense.
Bro, I listen, we keep going in circles. I don't care how great Cat plays or doesn't play. If your bench gives you literally nothing.
The bench been shit all year.
No,
the
Flea.
Bench been shit all year.
Flea, 4
like,
points.
What are we talking about now?
Come on, stop,
the bench
Flea.
been shit all year.
Flea, 4 points. Come on, bro. Stop, bro. 4 points.
Look up what do we average off the bench, Fabian? What do the Knicks average points off the bench for the season?
Listen, I'm gonna try to look it up, but not only are they trash, we took our 6-man started. Deuce is starting.
We've been trash all season, so now we're gonna scapegoat the bench when we need to hold our leaders accountable. Come on, man.
I mean, I'll blame Tibbs for that. I'm really stuck. Listen, all that shit. So why didn't Cat confront nobody about getting the ball more, bro? About getting me the ball on the other side of the court, whatever it is. But you can step the Draymond. That's my problem with all that.
How many players you ever seen do that live in the game? Confront players and say, "Give me the ball." How many times you seen that?
I see it a bunch of times. What are you talking about?
How many players you seen do that? Name the players. Name them.
All of them.
Name the players.
Everybody. Julius Randle used to do that all the time. What are you talking about?
Yo, y'all got it. Y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it. Y'all got it, bro.
Okay. See, when we give you an answer,
y'all got it, bro.
That's on you.
I said, name the players.
I just said
only niggas like Kobe Cirque niggas only get away with that. Stop it, man. Stop.
That's definitely not true. That's definitely not true.
All right, okay.
That's definitely not true. All these dudes do that. Jimmy Butler. Who else do you want? All these guys yell for the ball. And you telling me that he's on their level. Jimmy Butler, all these guys' level. That's what you're saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If he was on that level, he was tough like that, he would check his teammates.
Yeah, it's late and people are just not choosing not to comprehend. So that is fine. Trying to blame Cat for tonight is not the point. But until we start holding our leaders accountable, we're gonna keep going in circles and we're gonna keep being the same team that we are. Same team that we are. You want him to fill up the stat sheet and give big numbers, but not do shit on the defensive end. That is how basketball is played. I don't even want to start being disrespectful, but y'all are starting to piss me the fuck off about not trying to understand how basketball is played on two ends. What are we talking about?
So all right, so
two ends of the floor.
So hold on. So y'all have to be fair.
What the fuck are we talking about now?
But hold on. All right, listen. But y'all both have to be fair, and that's
What
totally
the fuck is basketball? This is not
That's-
some kid. This is not Fisher Price. This is NBA basketball.
We have
And y'all
one player.
Y'all are giving him a pass for being shit on defense.
Yo,
No.
we have one player that plays good defense. That's OG. Where's Brunson on defense? Where's Bridges been at on defense? Cat is not the only bad defender.
Brunson, what we talking about right now? We got to talk about
Right? No,
everybody
no,
that's
no,
been
but
bad.
no, Flea, because you keep saying there was so much young cat. Bro, Brunson is just as bad as on defense. Brunson is just as bad.
Nah, this is the defense. The reason why our defense is this bad is because Cat is that bad on defense. That cannot be overlooked. No way possible. He doesn't know how to drive. He doesn't know how to move on defense. He doesn't react right. You said it yourself. How you left Steph Curry all open on a pick and roll? That's his play. That's his patent move for a 3-point shot. Oh, I wonder what he's gonna do. And Draymond's on the screen. What are you talking about right now? And Cat, he drops too far. They played him in drop coverage. I'm not saying it's all his fault, but that's who he's been his whole career. That's been the point. So yeah, maybe it is a moot point to what we saying, Flea, because we talking about Cat and trying to blame him or whatever it is.
29 and 12 and being a cone on defense ain't gonna win you championships. Bottom line, I don't give a fuck with nobody. We could talk about that all night long. 30 and 20 ain't gonna give you no championships if you don't defend. I don't care.
30 and 20?
It ain't.
If he would have had 30 and 20 today, I think we win.
Okay.
He
could fill the stat sheet for the rest of the season. If he don't start taking pride on getting stops, we ain't gonna be shit.
All right, so we'll leave it with this. What do you think about the Warriors today? They a championship team?
Fuck the Warriors, man. I ain't commenting on them niggas. Fuck, I'm tight, man. I mean, fuck them, but at this point, gotta be honest. They got the guys that been there. They got the toughness.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. I think they're a legit threat. If Jimmy Butler could do it with Miami, we've seen Steph Curry, and what he can do. And if Draymond is able to just do what he wants, hold guys and set offensive screens, and I don't see why they can't
win a chip.
No, you said I don't know about winning a chip, but can they compete for one? Like I said, I don't know if they could be OKC in a 7-game series if OKC is fully healthy. Let's be realistic. OKC is dealing with some injuries. So if Chet Williams and some of them guys is in and out the lineup night in and night out, I think that'd be tough. But I think Golden State, to me, the only other teams that's legit is if the Lakers is healthy with LeBron and Luka and Denver Nuggets. And I'm gonna be honest, I think Golden State is beating them. I don't see Houston being a threat. Like I said, they're young. I don't see Memphis being a threat. I think that Jimmy Butler move is very underrated. Like I said, I've seen them take Miami to the finals twice. So unless OKC is fully healthy or SGA just goes berserk, which he's capable of, like he showed tonight, I think Golden State definitely can make a run. Especially if it's seeding the right way, where maybe, some teams may eliminate themselves. Like maybe OKC eliminate Denver or Lakers, where Golden State ain't got to go through one of them. So I think Golden State is very scary because, like I said, you have guys that been to the finals, that won the finals, won finals MVP. They know what that spotlight is about. And it showed, and I'll let Flea answer, it showed when a couple years ago when Golden State played Sacramento in that first round, and people thought Game 7, this is Sacramento times to get over the hump. And Steph Curry came out with that 50-piece. It seems like Jimmy Butler is the fountain of youth for Steph Curry. So for me, I'm not betting against them unless it's OKC fully healthy. I won't be surprised.
Kaminga's second game back, Flea. Podemski ain't played tonight, as one of you guys said in the chat. What do you think about Golden State's chances for a championship? Did we lose to a championship contender tonight?
They got a championship pedigree over there, so I don't. I guess they always gonna have their eyes on it. For me, I still think they putting it together. But for one thing, I think what's so impressive about them is that they never look frazzled. They never look rattled when they're down the stretch of a close ball game. They always look like they prepared. They always look like their guys are confident in themselves, about trying to make plays, about trying to be in the right spot at the right times. And, you know, Steph Curry knows how to make a play. Draymond Green knows how to make a play. Jimmy Butler been around. He know how to make a play. And that's what you need in the playoffs. So in terms of championship, I don't have them as no favorite. No, I don't have them as a favorite. I still think that they're extremely young, and they will have to rely on a lot of young guys to play really higher than I think they're capable of playing just yet. But I think that they hit a good stride right now. You know, this is the honeymoon period. You know, let's see what happens when they get punched. They haven't been punched in the mouth yet, really punched in the mouth. So something's, you know, that's coming. At some point, that's coming. Somebody's gonna, you know, scheme up a different way to attack them, and they're gonna have to make adjustments. I don't think that they've had to adjust at all yet with this current team, and so we'll see how they make adjustments and, you know, do things on the fly and all that kind of stuff. We'll see, but I don't have them winning no championship this year. Nah, they're good though.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler will have to be another playoff Jimmy performance, and I don't know if this is just him being the same guy we've seen the last couple of years, because he's been getting away with a lot of bullshit the last couple of years, and he earned it in his own way because he had the playoff performances. But I think they could, you know, make it exciting. I think they got some drama to bring like a last hurrah. But you signed him for 2 years, you know, that sounds like a deal you're gonna trade him in next year anyway. I like the fact they brought that kid along this year, the rookie kid. I like the Brazilian. I thought he was my brother at first because his last name was Santos, but he's really from Brazil. So he started today, if I'm not mistaken, right?
So how we know that's not Anderson Varejao? Have we seen him and Anderson Varejao in the same room at the same time? How we know that's not him? That's crazy.
He made that word. Maybe it could be.
That's
what I thought. I didn't want to be.
I looked at him. I was like, whoa, nah.
Yeah, I didn't want
to. Just like Anderson Varejao.
I didn't want to racially profile Flea, but I thought the same thing. That's the first name that came to mind was Anderson Varejao. But I liked all year long at early on in the season, Steve Kerr was playing 10, 12 guys. Then when he finally made that trade, them guys who was playing, I think the rookie kid Post, he's been playing heavily since January. So I don't know what's been going on in practice, but they don't look like they ever miss a beat. Like wherever they plug in, even when, you know, remember when Jordan Poole was on fire, Wiggins, everyone had a role. So they're missing something though. They're missing that key big man, big guy kind of player. You know, they had Kevon Looney and I forgot who else that postseason run. But Wiggins was really the two-way guy. But I don't see defensively. OKC is just they're crazy, bro. Yeah, OKC is crazy. I don't see them keeping up with them. And the Lakers, they could beat the Lakers to me. I don't see why. Like the Lakers and them are in the same position. I'm not too impressed by the Lakers. Just superstar names. Did y'all have any more coaches you wanted to list before?
All ball suckers.
Are we live?
Big Flea. Never the little way.
These fucking bum ass niggas got us arguing. They call him Bodega Cat, AllBall. They don't call him Lion. Like I made that up. I called him Dipset Cat. I try to give him your man.
You seen Bruce Pearl? Bruce Pearl would call him a pussy cat.
Oh, what? Have a good AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.